The first round of the 2017 NHL draft is officially over, and the Avs didn't really do a whole lot. And you know what? That's okay. With the fourth overall pick, the Avs selected defenseman Cale Makar. And I like him. We'll get to him. I mean, he has the highest ceiling of anyone in the draft, so you can't complain about that. But watching the top two offensive prospects and the top rated defensive prospect go before us 1, 2, and 3 when we lost the draft lottery, yeah, that was still painful. But we got Cale Makar, and people are comparing him, if he does reach his ceiling, to Erik Karlsson, which would be pretty much insane for the Avalanche. For a scouting report on him, he's a great skater and a great puck mover as well. Should help our defense in being able to get pucks out of the zone in control eventually when he's ready to make the jump. He absolutely destroyed the Alberta Junior Hockey League on the offensive side, putting up 75 points, over 20 points more than the next closest defenseman in the league. He has a great hockey IQ as well, which if you watch the behind-the-scenes stuff at the Avalanche website with Alan Heppel, they were talking a lot about how the team was looking for players with higher hockey IQ this year. His defense is solid for the level he plays at. That is still to be determined on how well it's going to transfer as he moves into the NCAA the next year and going forward. With his smaller frame, his physical play could use some work, and we'll see again how that develops when he gets to play against men. The big question here is the same that we had last year with Tyson Jost. Is he going to be able to make the jump? He played in the level below major juniors in Canada and will be transferring to UMass Amherst at the start of next season to play there. Realistically, with him being a defenseman, he's likely to spend a minimum of 2 years in the college game, and then we'll go from there. Don't expect him to be a defenseman that's going to come in and be an immediate impact to the team. He may very well be one of our best defensemen down the line, but that's not going to be until we're probably a very different team. Besides the pick, the only other Avs news is not news, really. They didn't make any trades. They did not trade Matt Duchene, although Sakic did say they did have a lot of conversations and offers on him. He said none of the offers met what they required, and that's fine. Keeping Duchene is a perfectly fine option for the Avs. If they do want to trade him down the line, they can still get good value for him at the trade deadline and pick up a ton of picks if they want to go the rebuild route. Personally, I'm holding out hope that Duchene stays with the team and continues to be a good veteran for the young guys that we're going to have coming in. But obviously, the final decision is either going to be up to Sakic to trade him or up to Duchene when it's time to re-sign a contract. If he doesn't want to, then he's going to get shipped for something. Looking forward to tomorrow, where the rest of the draft will happen. The Avs have the first pick in the second round, and there are a few players in the top 30 that haven't quite made it off the board yet. If they're looking to take another defenseman, there's Nick Hague still available. There's also, for forwards, Isaac Ratcliffe and Jarrett Anderson-Dolan, which could be two players they want as well. On top of that, Sakic also said he was looking to move the 32nd overall pick to try to get additional picks in the draft, so we may not actually be picking in that position. In non-Avs related news, the draft itself was actually pretty slow. There were only 3 trades involving first-round draft picks tonight, and the first one didn't even come until the 26th overall pick, so there wasn't a whole lot of moving and shaking going on for most of the draft. Every year, there's always one prospect who falls a long way, and this time, it was Gabe Vilardi. The drop is most likely due to questions about his skating ability, and it shows how far the league has moved towards a speed game. You even see players like Kyler Yamamoto getting drafted in the first round, clocking in at just 5'7", one of the smallest players ever taken that early. Ultimately, it's tough to really call this one for the Avs. They certainly didn't lose tonight, but I'm not sure if they really won or not. I think a lot about how I feel about the Avs will be decided tomorrow with the rest of our draft as well as any potential moves we may make. One thing I know for sure is we have to get younger. That is the end of this review of Day 1 of the 2017 NHL Draft. Hopefully Day 2 will be an exciting one, and I'll get a video posted up after that is over as well. I'm Rudo3, and kale is now my favorite vegetable.